Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Marie.
And we're the Old School Soulmates. And we have a little bit different video for you this time. It's the end of the year, so we decided to do some inventory. So,
not fun.
Tell them about the inventory.
Well, after it starts getting away from you, so it's been about really 2 years probably since we've done a true inventory. So we spent close to 3 straight days opening every tote, and I inspected almost every single pair of shoes. Didn't worry so much about the clothing, but we inspected the shoes.
Yeah, we went through now, just
everything.
To back up, we have 1,500 things roughly.
It was 1,640
1,640 then, before we went through the inventory.
Yeah.
So, and once a year we try to do this, and we have been really bad. We've been doing this about 3 years, and we did it once, and we needed to do it probably again. So.
Plus, we needed to get rid of some of the stuff that when we bought, because, we've really never done a elimination. And this time we said, not only are we going to just confirm that the inventory is the inventory, we are going to eliminate the shoes that we had bought way back when. So when I came across one of, because of our stuff being inventoried consecutively, if I see number 86, it's like, oh my gosh, we bought that within the first 3 weeks of us doing this 3 years ago. So we were able to just cull out stuff. If I opened that bag and I'm like, I would not even think about buying this today, they went.
Right.
And we've gotten rid of close to probably 125 pairs of shoes, 150 pairs of shoes.
We had 1,600 and something, and we were down to about 1,500 when it was done. So, probably at least over 150 shoes or so.
Right, and those, and they're perfectly good shoes. Some of them, some of them are not.
Right, so what we did is we divided them into 2 piles. Basically, one are we're throwing these away because they're not going to anybody. They're not going to do anybody any good. And we're going to show you those tonight. We're going to show you all the ones that of things that you could look out for, because these shoes have issues, and they're shoes.
And what could happen if you store them for too long?
Right. Yeah, because we've had these shoes for a while, but these shoes have issues, and we're going to show you how what kind of issues they have, what to look for. You can see this stuff sometimes in the thrift store too.
But sometimes you miss it.
And sometimes it just goes bad. Believe it or not, there is a shelf life to shoes in certain materials.
My own closet. I had a pair of shoes in my own closet. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So we culled out, I don't know, I'll put the number in the title of this of how many shoes this was, but we're going to go through them and show you what we found. But basically we went through every one of our shoes. We touched everything in our inventory, counted everything in our inventory, spent some time getting the software reconciled so that we knew that everything was in there and a bin was assigned to it. We had everything cleared away. So now we feel like we're ready for the next year, and hopefully next year will be a better year than this year.
But we have, like I said, about another 120 pairs of shoes that we're just going to donate.
Right.
And because they're good shoes, they're just not brands I would sell today, and hopefully they can go to a good cause.
Right. So it's stuff we'd had for a couple of years, or just stuff that we just wouldn't have bought today if we bought them or whatever.
Right,
or they're not our quality. Maybe they're a little worn or that kind of thing. And as we've gone through this, we've become more picky and more, we kind of have learned, I guess, what a good shoe is and what a bad shoe is and what's sellable and what's not. If something has got a lot of wear on the heel and things like that, we don't pick them up anymore. But we used to, because, that brand is great.
And put a new heel on there.
And that's never going to happen.
And it's expensive.
So we'll start off with these. Now, these look pretty nice. If you look at them.
These are beautiful Vanellis.
Nice shoes.
And gray,
they're suede.
Yeah. Gray is an impossible color, so these are perfect. These have never been worn.
But inside, and I don't know if you can see this, I'll try to take a picture of it later, you can scrape this stuff off, and it's just coming off on my finger. So that's part of the reason why we got rid of this one.
And how do you find it? Okay? Mm-hmm. And women's shoes, dress shoes like this, that have this thin, I guess a bonded leather on the inside, if it looks fine. So if you just take it and fold it over like this in your hand in the store, if it doesn't crack, like this one has just cracked to pieces, and that comes with age, it dries out and everything, you probably are
fold
okay.
It back like that.
And you'll just see it's cracking all through
all
here.
Over the place
And that's very, very common, but it's very hard to spot because you have to actually do the damage.
And here's another thing about shoes, patent leather.
Yes, patent leather is a tough one. These are Salvador Ferragamos. I mean, there really is nothing wrong with these. I mean, now that they're out of the bag, they're really not sticky anymore.
Well, they are a little sticky. I can still feel the stickiness, but still.
But
for our purposes, we felt like they're starting to break down. They're getting sticky. So
patent leather, it just does break down. There's no doubt about it. And it's one of those things that if you're going to sell it, you would need to sell it quickly, and you need to be very cautious of it. I think we're going to stay away from patent leather going forward.
Yeah.
So, because we've had it like almost dissolve,
Right.
And and you're just like, oh, I can go on the internet and there's 50 ways to. I've tried them all. Nothing works.
It's just not worth your time and effort, really.
No,
so
and that stickiness never goes away. That just is age.
This is a good brand, Clark's.
Yeah.
Great shoe. I mean, nothing.
Oh, those are Clark's.
Looking at it from the
beautiful.
But
Very
I'm
nice.
trying to see. Oh yeah, right here. So if you see here. And you see this heel. Now I can just pick this off of here. See, I'm just pulling it off.
Yep.
That shouldn't do that. And there's the metal in it. There's the inside of the shoe.
Yeah.
So if you sold this to somebody and they put this on and wore it 5 feet, it would be disintegrated. So.
And these are practically brand new.
Yeah. Other than that, the uppers are great.
And there's a few little tricks I've noticed from doing this. One, there's a bump right here, so that's showing that metal piece is coming through. And when this sole here starts to get really shiny and feel a little tacky, you need to be bending and
just
twisting. I mean, because it's just dissolving in my hands.
Right.
I mean, literally.
Yes. Not to make too big of a mess here.
But they're just dissolving.
There we go.
Yep.
We'll get rid of that one.
So Clark's.
This is what's it? Mark Echo. Okay.
These are Mark Echoes. Beautiful shoes. I mean, really nice. Very light wear on them. But as you can see, they're getting sticky. They're very, very sticky.
Yeah.
And they're just...
You can almost hear it.
Yeah, and they're just falling apart.
Yeah.
Just disintegrating as we sit here.
So as I pull this out, it looks perfectly fine here. Like this part looks perfectly fine. And then you can just sit here. Well, it's actually down here. There you go. So that whole thing just came off there.
Yep.
So you don't want to sell that. I mean, that's just not going to do you any good. And these are going in the dumpster, by the way. They're not going anywhere.
And this is what this is. Yeah, we make sure we don't get these right here. And this is nothing more than age. That's it, just age.
And certain materials have certain properties that break down over time and that kind of thing.
Women's dress shoes, nice pair of SROs, same problem.
Yeah, inside.
The peeling, So, and a lot of people will say, well, if you don't have it around for a long period of time, I mean, yes, but, when you buy a pair of shoes, how long do you think they're going to sit there? You don't know. You hope they sell in no time, but you don't know.
Right.
So this is the kind of thing that can really trip you up.
These are SRO, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. And Echoes.
The Echoes are famous. Famous. That's what I had. I had nice Echo shoes.
See this heel here. I mean, it just is
solid rubber.
It feels a little sticky to me.
Yeah, it does.
But it looks fine. I mean, if you just look at it, you picked it up in the store.
And you're thinking non-skid. Of course, they're going to be a little sticky.
But watch this. I mean, just see that heel breaking up there. I mean, it's breaking up everywhere.
Just broke right here.
So that shoe, and you can do that at a thrift store. And if it does, you probably, we try to tell a thrift store, hey, the shoe's going to hurt somebody.
And just so you know, we were selling those with laces. Every once in a while I pilfer the laces.
Okay, so here's some more Clark's, I believe. Oh, Earth shoes.
These are Earth. This is Earth.
And this was kind of, I think this band here was kind of breaking up.
This elastic wears out.
It's kind of sticky and tacky.
And the around the edges, it was getting it's just falling apart in my hand.
Yeah, and the rest of the shoe's okay, but
the rest of the shoe's fine. And this decorative leatherette stuff just falls off. Now somebody could probably peel it all off and then just use just the elastic and get rid of it.
Yeah,
I'm not selling it.
If you bought it at a thrift store yourself or something, that'd be fine.
Right.
But,
but they're
not really up to our standards anyway for this. What are these?
These are Erevan, and the sole is just breaking apart.
Yeah, again, this is sticky. If you pick this up,
new.
you would feel the sticky, tacky kind of, and it's like, what is that? And then and like I say, look at this. This is.
Here you go.
Let's try this one. Take two. This one here is perfectly. See, I mean, there's no breaks or cracks in it or anything like that until I do this. And see now, you see all the breaks and cracks in it.
Yeah, so don't assume the stickiness.
Just
is
do
like,
this bend test in the store
and twist sometimes, but
this is Airline.
Yeah, it's not non-skid.
Once again, another style of echo. We've been through this. It's
super
sticky
nice
and tacky
echo.
on the bottom again,
and cracked,
and cracking just like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, just
these
about
are
anywhere
our own
you put
shoes that we've bought.
Some of them are,
and
yeah.
some of them aren't that old.
Right.
I mean, they're probably a little more than a year old, but still.
And let's just back up for a second. We're not trying to scare you away from buying shoes, because
No.
just trying to show you that when you go to the thrift store, pick them up, bend them a little bit, and if you've got them for over a few months or something, you might want to look at them, check them once in a while in your inventory, make sure they're still okay. That's
And
kinda
a
what we're
lot
doing
of it
now.
is.
More
certain
echoes.
brands. And you'll see echo,
lots of
echo, echo.
Again, perfectly fine heel here, nothing wrong.
Shoes look
until
great.
I do this,
And then you just do this and they're cracking.
and that whole shoe just came off like that.
Yep.
So.
And Echo is famous for it. Clark's not so much, but you can feel it with your hands,
Now here's a footprints.
This is Birkenstock.
By Birkenstock. Now that you would think Birkenstock was.
But
And
all of this material, this rubbery, because this is a complete rubber sole on these Birkenstocks.
yeah.
This
Otherwise-
time frame that these were made in is when these problems are coming up. These Birkenstocks probably are okay. I mean, if I had to get it, really push into it.
Until
They're just but
until
they
you see
are
the cracks.
starting to
you
crack.
see the cracks there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, and if you're gonna,
Right.
and if you're gonna sell that, that's gonna fall
Right.
apart if somebody's running to catch the train or something.
Exactly.
So
But the footprints insole is fine.
Yeah.
And this is a much more flexible one.
but see, even
this
that's
one
cracking.
cracked.
Yeah. So
But these are a little more. These are older shoes that we would never buy today.
the leather's beautiful on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really soft, supple leather. But
Yep.
oh well. All right.
So you kinda gotta check everything.
These have tags on them. Believe it or
Brand
not.
new with
Brand new.
tags.
And they're sticky. I can feel them already. They're sticky.
Yep. These are Red
but-
Wings, aren't they?
Red
Yep.
Comfort Casual.
Red Wings.
Are they Red Wing? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, but here's the problem with these, and this happens sometimes. But again, brand new. These are really disgusting, so I got to be careful. This in here dissolved into this sticky, almost
Yeah.
like putty.
Hold it sideways there.
It's
there you
really.
go.
I mean, it's like
Ugh,
wet.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's turned into glue.
I should have probably brought a wet nap or
this is-
something for this
yeah.
particular video, because we're gonna be sticky. We're gonna need a shower after this. Okay.
Here you
So
go.
anyway, but yeah, there's that, and I don't know if the heels are cracking. They seem to be okay for
Yep.
the moment, but they're
But they
sticky.
feel
They're
funny.
really sticky, and they just
Yep, they
are
do.
gonna die at some
Right.
point.
I was
probably.
because I thought for a second, well, I could put, a new pair of insoles in these and stuff, but the whole shoe is breaking down.
Yeah.
And they're brand new with tags.
Yeah, brand new.
Yep.
So there it is. All right, let's see what else we got. Some Drews.
Yep. These are
Drews.
my own personal shoes.
Yeah. So we got
So-
our inventory sticker on it there from way back.
And you can just see
Yeah, this
the
one's
moisture
missing
coming
a
right
chunk
up.
out of it.
I mean,
on
they're
this
just
side.
getting wet looking.
This is very sticky. I'm
Yep.
trying to make sure it's not just my fingers sticky
Oh, no.
now, but it's actually
No,
sticky.
because they're shining.
So yeah, you can see the shiny here, and you can see when I bend this,
Yep.
boom, they just crack.
And these were
I
my-
mean, I can just peel this off like that.
And these
you
were my personal shoes.
So-
Kept in my closet.
Yeah,
No problem.
just the materials break down.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's try to see if we can find. There's some more echoes, and we'll just show those. that
Echo,
these
echo,
are the,
echo.
the same thing. I'm not sure what the deal is with these. Are these?
They're cracking right
They're
in
cracking.
here. Right in
Oh, in
through
there.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yep.
And they're nice Echo sandals,
Nice.
expensive shoes,
And while we're in the Echo version, it looks like we got a lot of Echoes in this
Yeah,
batch
Echo
here. But
is really a problem.
see, this one is cracked right there.
Yep.
You see the heels coming off of it.
But
just peel it right
otherwise,
off.
you look at the shoe and
Yeah,
they're like brand new.
Right.
I mean, not any wear on the sole or anything.
So we'll.
So yes, I'm pretty much staying away from Echoes.
These are Skechers. I wasn't sure what the problem was with these. Maybe it's something else you remember or whatever.
Oh, with the Skechers?
Yeah. Are they sticky on the sides or whatever? Or is that?
I don't know.
Maybe we need to relook at these again. But were they inside something going on, or?
Well, I don't
So,
know. Or maybe they got thrown in the wrong bin. This might have been from the donate bin because these
Looks like these are good. So.
I think these are probably
Probably just
thrown
got
in the wrong
so
one.
Always good to double check your work.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see what these are here.
These are Danskos.
Danskos. Okay, that's another one you've heard us talk about before.
Okay, this particular stapled clogs. These are also like a stapled sandal. This base right here, the standard base that you see on these, are dangerous. So many of them, and it's not all of them. I don't know if it was a manufacturing defect in materials throughout the shoe industry, but these are just falling apart. I mean, and we've sold these to people before. I mean, these are beautiful Dansko sandals.
And in case you think we're just destroying these shoes because, maybe you shouldn't push them that hard, try them with your own shoes. Most of your own shoes will not if their shoes do this, throw them away.
Well, when
they
you
really
take right. Well, but the problem, like the customer showed us when we actually sold a pair that broke down on her. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm a hard walker. I hit my heels pretty hard when I walk, just because that's just how I am. And the shoe she wore, she didn't even make it through a half a day, and the whole shoe had just, the whole heel had disintegrated.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure, and she's just an average person. Thank heaven she was nice.
And luckily, we had to really, really, do some customer service to get her happy. So, okay, these are the ones I just pulled out. All right, so throw those over there. Got some Eastlands here.
Eastland. I've never had a problem with this brand before, but all of a sudden, I was like, man, it's starting to feel funny. This material felt funny, and the thing, it's just dissolved. I mean, I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to describe what happened.
Here's the other one that looks perfectly fine. You pick this up in the thrift store. Oh yeah, I'll take that.
That's a nice pair of Eastlands.
But doom, and it's gone. See, now it's broken. That wasn't there before. That was I just did that.
Yeah.
So again, Eastland's another brand. Every brand really you need to look at, and I think most of the rest of these are Danskos that we've talked about. We'll just show you some of the different.
And some of these Danskos, sometimes you can just stick your finger in with your nail, and if it penetrates, it's not any good. This is a pair of Danskos, same thing.
I can almost do that on this. Yeah.
You can hear.
You see your nail in it.
How squeaky it is. That's probably not a good thing when they're squeaky like these. These, same thing, they're squeaky and tacky. Now, Dansko, the sole doesn't...
And it takes some force, but I mean, I'm giving it some pretty good push. But you should be able to do that.
I couldn't do that, but physically I couldn't do that. But
if you feel
when
it's sticky,
you're walking, I mean, who knows the weight of the person that's going to be buying these from you?
Right.
I wouldn't want a nurse rushing down the hall with these.
Because these are nursing shoes generally. A lot of nurses use them.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
They got enough troubles as it is. They don't need their shoes fall apart on them. So that's that's the stuff we pulled from our inventory that we just don't feel is even good enough to donate, for that matter. It's falling apart. It's just And so anyway, if you've got some brands that you know of, or if you've had these experiences, put them down in the comments, and we'd love to hear about your any brands that you know of, so we can be able to look out for those too.
But any shoe is susceptible to it. And I've had Mephisto. I've had all kinds of shoes that I've approached in the thrift store, and that was it. They didn't even make it out of the thrift store.
Right.
So any shoe could be susceptible. Men's dress shoes with the leather soles and so forth, you're usually golden with those, thank heavens. You know,
they just aren't gonna.
They just don't have. They don't. They're because it's a natural material. It's leather.
Because most of the stuff is some kind of plastic, or it's not really rubber. It's not really. It's just some.
And newer shoes are probably. Science has moved forward, I think. This is generally shoes from the late 90s, 2000s, right in there, that I think the problem comes in on. But
so look out for those.
It's kind of a known problem.
Yep. So look out for those when you're out there thrifting, and make sure you get do the bend test on them, scrape it, bend it in the inside a little
Stick
bit,
your
all these different
fingernails in
things.
there.
Stick your fingernail. If you can stick your fingernail in a shoe, you don't want to buy it. So it's generally rule of thumb.
And tennis shoes and like athletic shoes,
Yeah.
okay? They are bonded with that leather on the outside, like a film of leather. Oh, just give it a little scratch.
Yeah.
Because if it's sat there for too long, it'll just peel right off. Skechers are famous for that. Just
Right.
peels off.
All right.
And I've had it happen in Nikes and dress shoes and other sneakers. So
Sounds good. All right. Well, if you got any questions, put them down in the comments for us. We really appreciate all of our subscribers. We've got a few new ones, and hello to you. And some of our old-time subscribers that have been around forever, we really, really appreciate you too. And if you haven't subscribed, we come out here and do videos about resale on eBay as a part-time thing. We're a married couple that does eBay part-time. We both have full-time jobs, and we want you to be part of the journey. We'll show you what we've done, how we do it. It's not necessarily the right way, it's just a way. And if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. And if you really like it, subscribe. And that would be great. We'd love to have you as part of the group. So thanks and have a good evening.
thanks.